In this video, I'm going to go over who, in my opinion, will be the best players or cards to go after for the historic Spotlight Sims. I'm basing my opinions and rankings off of the following criteria: how other versions of the card plays, other comparable cards, stats, badges, price for a better player, past 2K versions if there's no version of the card already in the game, and then lastly, just personal preference. So if I like a player historically more than another player. I'll try not to factor that in too much, but there's one for sure that for the game might be a little higher, but I just couldn't justify putting them higher than where I did. Alright, so we're going to go from number 30 up to number 1 and try and keep it concise. So here we go. Alright, first up, we got Nikola Vucevic. I think he's going to be the worst of the 30 cards, honestly. This is only the Sapphire that I'm using. He's got a fine release. With the quick draw, it's going to be good. But Vucevic is always slow. If you really want someone that's like it, instead of grinding out, we don't know how many games it's going to be. I'd compare him probably to the Bulls Spotlight Lauri Markkanen. I think that's probably going to be about as good as he gets, although with a better release. Okay, number 29, I have Steph Curry. Now, I don't think he's actually going to be the worst card to come out. He'll be fine, he'll be usable. But the only reason that you're going to get Steph is because he's a shooter, and there's a ton of cards that are going to be able to shoot. You're not going to use him, especially if you finish it and you get the Opal Gilbert Arenas. You can compare Steph to his Opal, which is just a better card. It's not, it's not in everyone's price range, obviously. For me, I like Steph cards, but this version of Steph is not that much better than the Diamond. Obviously it does have some more badges and everything, but the Opal has, Hall of Fame clamps, all the stuff that you're going to want, and has dunking, which this Steph is not going to be doing. So, I mean, yeah, if you want just another generic guy who can shoot from distance and not really play a lot of defense and not dunk, there's too many other options for this to be worth more than, say, getting like a Jay Williams, which is, like at this point, like 5 or 6K. Like, it's just not an upgrade. 28th, and again, I don't think this is actually going to be the worst card. I'm putting all the ones that have better versions of them very low to the bottom, because, a lot of them people already have a better card of. So if you really want a Derrick Rose card, chances are you already have the Pink Diamond. If you're only going for a few cards, you may as well just get the Pink Diamond that's already out, or there's a lot of cards, like I said, Jay Williams, pretty comparable. Des Mason is a little taller, if you like his release, probably a better card. So unfortunately I have to put this card. I'm sure it'll be good, but of the cards coming out, I just don't see the value in grinding for this one if you're only going to go for a few. In the same vein as the other guys, I gotta put Kevin Garnett, and I mean, obviously I have the Opal here. I'm putting the Pink Diamond Kevin Garnett below, just above Derrick Rose and Steph Curry, because at least the Pink Diamond Kevin Garnett, if you're not locking in the Prime Series 2, which most people rightfully didn't, of the ones I have at the bottom of this list, probably should be spots higher, but especially for me, I'm not in any hurry to get this because it's a downgrade. So, unfortunately, I got to put Kevin Garnett at 27. Okay, so next up, I put Roy Hibbert at 26. I don't think he's gonna be bad necessarily. I don't think any of these cards are gonna be like unusable. It's gonna be tough because everyone can have a free Pink Diamond squad at this point. His shot is actually a little bit better than I remember it being, so if they put quick draw on him, it'll be fine. But Roy Hibbert cards never move that well. He doesn't have any range extender. He's not gonna be up and down the floor very much, and they never seem to jump. He's got a really long wingspan, but for me, Roy Hibbert cards are just never really that good. Like, yes, he'll be a good rim protector, but I think if you want someone that's going to be about as effective but faster, honestly, the first Pink Diamond Wilt that came out for the Prime Series 1, I think he'll be a better card. There's a ton of tall guys. Like, I would rather have Mo Bamba over this Hibbert. There's too many cards that are going to do the same job or be better, that you don't have to grind out however many games it's going to be. So that's why I have him pretty low. Next up, we got Tim Hardaway. As you can see, I have the diamond one here. It's got a good release. He'll be fast. He'll have a lot of really good dribble moves. He'll be quick. That'll be one of the big things. He's got a lot of good speed. His shots are, you know, it's tough to say what they're going to be like once he gets quick draw updated. You know, a fine card. Nothing's going to be wrong with it except for the fact that he's 6 feet tall and doesn't dunk. Compared to the other guards you're going to be able to get, having a 6-foot guy that's going to do more or less the same thing, because a lot of these guards are basically carbon copies of each other. You know, it's just, I don't see the allure unless you're a big Warriors or Miami fan. Like, number 24, I'm putting Julius Erving. I don't have the Opal. I kind of stopped caring. I got error coded out of so many games that I haven't even tried to go 12-0 since. So yeah, I mean, Julius Erving's going to be great. He's not going to be better than the Opal, obviously. There's a lot of other cards that are coming out that if you want them to be shooters, they're going to be better shooters. If you want them to be slashers, they're going to be just as good or comparable. This card's better than the Jason Richardson or the Dominique that you get from Domination and Triple Threat offline, respectively, but for me, just doesn't really do it. This one, we're just going to get 3 done at once, because Derek Fisher, Kemba Walker, and Mike Bibby. I have Fisher 23, Kemba 22, Mike Bibby 21. I typically really like the Mike Bibby release, and Fisher's got that catapult lefty side cannon thing, so I can't imagine he's going to be better than either of these two. He's not a flashy dribbler, but they're pretty much all carbon copies of each other. For 20 and 19, we're going to do those together too. Obviously, they don't have other cards out yet, so I'm just using Roy Hibbert because they are similar. They give Chris Kaman some vicious dunk animations sometimes, but the reason I have Brad Daugherty above him is because they usually give Brad Daugherty these crazy spaghetti limbs, and he dunks on everybody, and he blocks a ton of shots. There's him, the PJ Brown cards, and Terry Cummings, when they ever give him a card. I don't know if they're going to... I guess they're not going to do it this year. I don't think he has a card yet. But typically in 2K, Terry Cummings is like an animal. Brad Daugherty, I think, is going to be the best of these three for sure. And Kaman and Daugherty are both going to be faster than Hibbert. So those are 20 and 19. Michael Finley is an inch taller. I like Michael Finley's release a lot more. I had the one that you could evolve early in the year, and I used him a lot. Very fast, very good animations. I loved his diamond card last year that you got. I think that was the first 12-0 reward. But they have it up on the auction block for like some ridiculous price. I'm just not paying it. Fat Lever is usually pretty good in the game. He rebounds a lot for a guard who's only 6'3". He's a very good passer, and his shot's usually really nice. So he's going to be a good slashing, dunking, passing, shooting guard. He'll be solid at 6'3", but solid is pretty much all I can give him. All right, at number 16, I have Charles Oakley. His stats are very good. The Ruby card has a nice release. It's got some decent hotspots. This card's gonna be good. The only problem with it is that it's 6'9", can only play the 4 or 5. He's basically gonna be Ben Wallace, like the glitched version, but with a bit nicer of a release in my opinion. And yeah, I mean, his stats are great. He's going to be really good. He's just undersized, especially if you want him to be your 5, which I doubt anybody would run him at. So it just kind of limits him to where you can run him. Alright, here he is. This is the card I was talking about earlier that I hate that I even have him this high, but number 15, I have Andrea Bargnani. Hot zones are ridiculous. Release is really easy. Bargnani's just, God, I can't stand him. 7-footer who averaged like 3.7 rebounds or something. I couldn't bring myself to look his stats up. The card is going to be really good, but you have to get over the fact that you're using Bargnani, which for me is a bit of a deal breaker. If you want a stretch big who apparently throws down some flashy dunks, then Bargnani's going to be a good pickup. Probably the best release animations of any of the bigs that are going to be coming out. And then just while we're here, I'll just mention that I have number 14, DeMarcus Cousins. I don't have any of the expensive versions of him, but it's DeMarcus. He's going to be fine. I don't love the stats they have on him. He's going to be good because they always make DeMarcus Cousins animations ridiculous. This is probably the one I have too low because 2K loves to give DeMarcus really good animations. But with the little back and forth that they've been having on social media, maybe they'll make him garbage now, who knows. For number 13, I'm just using Oscar because he has a bit of a fast release. I have Jeff Petrie. Now, I know a lot of people are going to lose their minds over Jeff Petrie. DVD's probably going to have him in his top couple. I haven't watched his video yet. It'll be a free version of the Pink Diamond Dwayne Wade, which is good, but I just can't get excited over it. I don't know. I don't like doing the peaks. You know, I don't do it a ton. But at this point, all the point guards are so similar that him being 6'4" is enough to put him above Bibby, Walker, Fisher, you know, whoever else. If it's me, I'd rather have the Derrick Rose. But overall, the Jeff Petrie card is just going to be better because it's a little bit taller and it has the Dwayne Wade animations. Number 12, I have Kyle Korver. I like to change my team up pretty much every couple games when I'm playing, and this Kyle Korver card is just fun. Like, I really like his release. If I play games in Unlimited with him, I don't have him evolved all the way up to Ruby actually, but I have him at Sapphire, and like really like how he shoots. He's got a surprising amount of height. He doesn't get blown by. They gave him 92 lateral quickness, which is kind of hilarious. This is basically a better version of any Klay Thompson card we've got this year. So I have him at number 12 because I'll be getting this card for sure. Just because I think he's going to be fun, and it's kind of cool to just have a team that has, like, you know, playmaker, sharpshooter, defender, rebounder. Like, I like having teams with guys that have roles instead of running 5 guys that are all 6'10 plus that can all shoot, dunk, pass, you know, rebound, whatever. So he's a fun card. Number 11, I have Daryl Dawkins. This is just Charles Oakley again. I have the Ruby Daryl Dawkins that you get way earlier in the year. I think is going to be a sleeper. He's not crazy tall. He's very, very fast, and his tendencies are what I like the most because he's got 100 for standing and driving. And Daryl Dawkins cards in the past, they just bang on people. So I think, kind of like Korver, I think Daryl Dawkins is gonna be great at rim running, rebounding, dunking, and swatting shots. And if you use the Ruby, you know, like his animations were pretty decent. So if he's in the corner, he's gonna be able to hit shots. He's a fun card who fills a role. So that's why I have him at 11. I for sure will be getting him. Number 10, I got Vin Baker. This one, they kind of seem to have maybe butchered his release a little bit, but with the quick draw, I think it'll be pretty serviceable. He's got one of those long bodies, and he's wide, so he's just going to finish everything around the rim. He's going to have good animations in the post. I think that Vin Baker at the 4 is going to be able to punish a lot of, like, small ball 4s. So I think that this is another one that's going to just be a fun card that's going to have a lot of really good animations. I'm always excited for a Vin Baker card. All right, number 9, Tom Gugliotta. The main reason I have him at number 9 is because he's a 6'11 small forward, or 6'10 small forward, power forward. So he's going to be a big dude. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Tom. I mean, we know how he was last year, so. So at number 8, I have Walter Davis. His Amethyst, when you could first get it in the collection rewards, it was like brokenly good. For some reason, would make a ton of contested shots. His release is great, and once they give it quick draw, and he's elevating and getting that, he's got a fantastic smooth shot with that little bit at the top when he's letting it go, to let you know where the green window is. He's going to dunk on everybody. I think he's going to be way better than the Julius Erving and than the Michael Finley. Kind of a sort of unknown type of player that a lot of people aren't going to be like, oh, Walter Davis. So I think he's going to be a fun card that a lot of people are going to sleep on. One spot above him, I have Rudy Tomjanovic. His release is really nice. It's really quick already. He's got good handles. He's going to be a very versatile, kind of Kirilenko-ish type card from what I can tell. So I think he's going to be good. He just feels fast in game. So I think that once they bump his stats up for this Pink Diamond, I think he's going to be very, very good, and another card that's going to be slept on. So I have him at number 7. Number 6, I have Rip Hamilton. I think that this card, until they updated it, was the best token reward in the Diamond tier. He's great on defense, has a really nice shot, can go to the rim a little bit. The only problem with this card is that it was a bit slow, and the Pink Diamond looks like it's going to be just a much better version of this. Especially defensively, I think this is going to be a really good card. As your secondary attacker, if you kick it out to him, I mean, he's got such a nice release that, especially with range extender, he's going to be a very reliable 3-and-D kind of guy. So he's elite at shooting and playing defense. So, I mean, not a whole lot more you can ask for him. I have Jack Sikma and Vlade Divac at 5 and 4. Vlade is 7-1. They gave him a bit of a shot. He's got Dimer. He's going to be a really good... They made him faster than I think they've ever made him before. And then Jack Sikma has had a couple really good cards in previous 2Ks. Number 5, Jack Sikma. Number 4, Vlade Divac. Number 3, I've got number 3, Ron Butler. Really good release. 6'7", going to play the 2-3. He's basically just going to be a little bit taller version of Rip Hamilton. He's going to have way better dunking, but they're going to make this card lock down. They're going to make it a really good slasher. His shooting is going to be stellar. Off the dribble, not amazing, but like he's going to be a really good 3-and-D slashing, playmaking, versatile card. He's going to be really, really, really good. Probably one of the faster releases in the game, I would think. But again, speculation. So he'll be the third card that I'm going after personally. All right, number 2, we got Thurl Bailey. Not a bad card when it was first available, but he's 6'11", small forward, power forward. His stats look ridiculous. And he's going to be kind of able to post up like Joe Smith. So I think he's going to be able to feast on a lot of small forwards, especially if guys have like more, speedy shooting small forwards. This Thurl Bailey is going to be able to slow it down and go to work in the post. So if that's how you'd like to play, which I sometimes do, this is going to be a really valuable card. I don't think it's going to be as brokenly good as last year's version of Thurl Bailey, where it's like he was, one of the better cards in the game and cost like 2,000. But this version of Thurl Bailey, especially as a 6'11" stopper, is going to be really good. All right, number 1, and the card I'm going to be going after first is Sean Elliott. Probably not very high on a lot of people's lists. It's got a really fast release. It's got a high release. It's got one of those things where, like, when you pump fake, it really does look like he's going into the shot. So people jump on his, I'd say more than most. 6'8", shooting guard, small forward. He's going to be able to dunk. He's going to be clamping down. Off the dribble, difficult shot. Deep shooting 3-and-D type player. So he is absolutely elite at, like, at least a handful of things that are very important. And at 6'8", he's going to rebound a lot as a guard too. So this card, I think a lot of people are going to sleep on. It's the one I'm most excited to get, and for sure will be the first one that I go after tomorrow. So, yeah, number 1, Sean Elliott. Thanks for watching. Let me know who your number 1's going to be, and good luck with the spotlights.